Succah Sukkah daf mem tes. The Mishnah before on daf mem chesed base Mishnah says shayayin ve'emayim gulim psulun gab mizbeach. Rashi explains the reason why it's possible gab mizbeach is v'choshish that a snake made a drank from the water, and the eris and the liquid that comes out of the snake's mouth is mixed into the water. So therefore, you don't have a shear of water. Since the eris of the nachash is mashlim the shear of the water. Tosfos argues it's not because of the fact that you're missing a shear. Rather, it's like the more before later, it's because of the krivei no. I know a sameach that said that from this Rashi, it's a raya to a tremendous chiddush in the ged of Bitul berov. And Yontif declares or suffix in the ikir ged of Bitul berov. His Bitul berov help only when there is a dvar iser that's mu'urev beheter, and it's considered through Bitul berov as if there's no iser. Or could Bitul berov make the meat have the din of the rov and the moisif din that the meat has halacha of the rov? Is it only for isurim to make the iser as if it's not here, or could it make the meat like the rov and add din to the rov? And Yontif declares if you have many tzitzis that were prepared properly, the shema for the mitzvah of tzitzis, and one pair of tzitzis, one string of tzitzis that wasn't made the shema and they got mixed up, do you say that since there's a rov and it's Bitul berov, it's considered that all of them were made the shema? Or no, since you need a positive din, you need to make all the chutin prepare the shema. Bitul berov can't be moisev din. Reb Shimon Shkab in Shayosh declares a similar case. What happens if you have a sroigim, and one of the sroigim had a pitum and the pitum fell off, but the other sroigim never had a pitum and the kosher? So one of the sroigim or apostle does Bitul berov mahani to be considered as if the esek apostle is really kosher. So Osamech says from this Rashi you see that Bitul berov can't add a positive din and make the eris of the nachash into mayim that's kosher for nisach hamayim. Because if Bitul berov would be mahani that if you moisef a din, then the eris of nachash should have a din of water. Ein Sefer Emek Sukkah that brings the same right, and he says it's before like that in Karen Oira in Zvachim that Bitul berov can't be mashed the Mashiach. And he asks the kasha that's tzorchian from Prima Godim, the Psich of Hilchas Pesach that says if you have matzah that was made out of roiv chitim and meat oiris meat of rice, since there's a majority of chitim, it's kosher. And the Emek Sukkah says it's tzorchian according to what's over here in Rashi, that the halacha of Bitul berov can't add a positive din. So why does it help to make it into kazayis of achilas matzah? Could be kazayis matzah is different, that there's no shear in the actual chitim, the shear is in the pas. The pas has to be a kazayis, and the fact that there's a roiv dogon that makes the entire pas, the entire matzah, chashivas of pas dogon. It's not like over here by mayim that there's a din that each part of the water has to be mayim. But tzarchi, the loshon, the pim is not much like that. Moving for the other one says, on Rav Papa, kisova inish, when a person gets satisfied from drinking, migurin nisaveya, from the fact that the water and this wine in his mouth, that satisfied him not from the fact that there's water or there's wine in his stomach. And therefore Papa says that a tzur merabana that doesn't have money for wine, he should keep the wine in his mouth and should drink a lot of it time, and that will cause him to be satisfied. And it's not the fact that the wine goes into his stomach that's what satisfied him, rather the fact that there's wine in his mouth. And if they say tremendous chiddush according to what's involved in the Gemara. There's the machlokes b'yichem and shlokish by achila. If the machayif achila is hanos groino, hanos meyov, nafkamina is if you threw up part of the achila and you ate it again. And the Chasam Sofer says that the whole machlokes b'yichem and shlokish is only when you're eating something solid. However, if you're drinking liquid, everyone agrees that the machayif is for hanos groino, that it's over here in Rav Papa, that the severe and what makes the person satisfied from drinking liquid is the hanos groino. It's not only what makes the person satisfied, but that is the machayif Chayif for Asura Achila is Bahanoas Groinim. Moving further on, the Gemara says, Begimel Dvarim, Gedoyle Gemilas Chasadim Yesim Not Tzedakah. Because tzedakah is B'moinai, Gemilas Chasadim is Bein Begufoi, Bein B'moinai. Tzedakah is La'aniyim, Gemilas Chasadim, Bein La'aniyim, Bein La'ashirim. And tzedakah is L'chaim, Gemilas Chasadim is Bein L'chaim, Bein L'meisim. That says it's mashma over here that tzedakah is dafka when you give miyodah liyodah. However, if you will bake for oni, or if you masaka menalim for oni, it's mashma now a sugya that's not considered tzedakah, because if it would be considered tzedakah, then it passes tzedakah begufay if you fix something for oni. It's B'amis in the Gemara in Ksubas Taf Samach Zayin, and Beis says in the sugya of tzedakah that if you give Oni ben Toivim, the honor of running in front of him, that's considered Deimach Soya Sheyachsalois. It's mashma that is a kiyum din of tzedakah, and tzorchi. It's mashma also get tzedakah is dafka b'memoinah. Ein Chshuki Chemet from Yitzchak Silberstein that says that's mashma from the Sfas Emes, a tremendous chiddush, that the only way to have a kiyum of mitzvah tzedakah and my succofim is only when you give oni money. However, let's say if you take shoes from a poor person and fix them, or you have a doctor that will do a service for a poor person and won't charge from him, it's mashma over here in the Sfas Emes that's not a kiyum din of mitzvah tzedakah, and it won't be my succofim. So Bitul says if you hold koin the b'shvach kli, and you koin the kli, and you have kavanah for the kli, that could be this tzedakah, but then it's not begufay, it's memoinoi v'ayin shah. Ayin the Maral in the Sivas Oilam that says opening his soy that's mavur now sugya to mechalik between the mitzvah of tzedakah and the mitzvah of chesed. The mitzvah of tzedakah, the yisoid that in the mitzvah of tzedakah is mitzad hamakabel. The fact that the only needs money, that is the mechayiv, and that's the ikar mitzvah of tzedakah. However, the mitzvah of chesed is not mitlesod hamakabel, rather it's mitzad hanoisin. Therefore, gemilas chesed is even to Osher, you have a mitzvah chesed because the noisin wants to mashpia and wants to meitiv lachvin. However, tzedakah is only because the oni is missing, and therefore it's specifically for oni, and that's why it's even by mesim, even to goymal chasodim the mesim, since the yisoid the mitzvah gemilas chesed is mitzad the noisin, not mitzad the mekabel. So therefore, it pertains between chesed and meis as well. And according to this, Maral explains the Gemara further that the Gemara says that tzedakah is only a suffix if you mekabel schar, if the mekabels ain't a roy, if he's not really oni, he's not going to get schar. And so why specifically by tzedakah do you say that if he's not really oni, he doesn't get schar, and by chesed he gets schar marashach? So the Maral says that hein at the bottom, since the yisoid the mitzvah tzedakah is because of the mekabel, so therefore, since he's not really oni, so therefore it's not mitzvah tzedakah. However, mitzvah chesed is mitzad the noisin, so therefore the mekabel is not roy for the chesed. Nevertheless, since the noisin did a ma'isa of asiyas chesed, it has a din and it has chashivas of a mitzvah chesed. And he explains that the Gemara says the ein at tzedakah mishalemas ela fi chesed shaboy, that means according to the hatovas liboy of the noisin at tzedakah, and the turich of the noisin, he will receive his schar for the Nesina Tzedakah and Sorchin. Why is that chedek of the Nesina Tzedakah called Chesed? So the Maral says the hein advarim, that the mitzvah Chesed is mitzad the noisin, not mitzad the mekabel. So according to the amount of Chesed, that means the tircha and the asiyah mitzad the noisin, that has a chashivas of chesed, and according to the amount of chesed that's included in the mitzvah tzedakah, will the noisin tzedakah receive his schar. Moving from the Gemara says, "K'maisei b'chol kach masei b'Shabbos, b'mei Shabbos they will mala the mayim, the nisach hamayim before Shabbos in a kli that's not mikudeshes." And the Gemara asks, why specifically mala mayim in a kli that's not Kaddish? And the Gemara says, Ziri says, Ein shir l'mayim, u'kli shoris, mekadesh le'midas, v'yimayisi le'mekudeshes, ifs le'belina. Ein Mikdash David that says, it's mavur, that a kli shoris can't mekadesh yesim mikashir, and he says, the chor, it's aloch in the kli shoris, that the kli shoris only has the din to mekadesh the shir, not more than the shir, whatever he says, mavur, not like that, it's not aloch in the kli shoris, it's aloch in the kedush zaguf. The kedush zaguf can only be chal in the shir that's needed, and more than the shir that's needed can't be chal, and therefore if you mekadosh more, nothing's chal, because kol davar she'einu b'zeh chazeh filu b'vasachas ein leiv ayin sham. He brings right from Tosis for ayin sham.